Hello parents.
Hello everybody, hello parents and all the students who have joined over here.
Now, hello sir, first of all, I actually have some questions for you.
Yes, sure.
So I will start with my first question, and the question is, why is sky always blue?
Okay.
Second question, I have another question as well for you. Why do stars twinkle?
Okay.
Third question, why does sun not appear during the night? I have the fourth one as well.
Oh my God.
Why are rainbows always curved and never straight? I want answers to all of these questions.
Okay, so first of all, ma'am, you're not the first one, to shoot all those questions towards me. This happens very frequently, not only with me, and even all the parents over here must be able to relate with this. Your child must be asking such surprising questions from you, and it sometimes becomes really embarrassing for us as a parent also that we are not able to answer them properly. We may answer somewhat on superficial level, but we can't go into the scientific detail of it, and that type of problem is often faced by the parent. But the best part, ma'am, what would I tell you is, now what the solution the parents were searching for this, they wanted someone to tell these answers in profound way. So we have come up with that solution, and that is a booster course that we have actually launched over here. Now, ma'am, can you elaborate further about this course?
Sure, sir. So parents, I would like to tell you that over here at ODA Class, we just not believe in teaching them in a conventional way. We believe that the curiosity in the child's head should be quenched. Right? This is what we are working towards actually, and to quench their curiosity, we have an amazing course for all of you, which as sir told is known as our booster course. Okay, now we will be telling you about the details of this particular course in just a while, but let me tell you an amazing surprise about this.
All right.
Yes, sir. So that is, I think, the price point.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the major, center of attraction over here. And could you elaborate, ma'am, what the surprise would be? I mean, all the parents and the students are waiting. They are now eager to understand what that surprise is.
Yes, that first surprise that I have for you is, Bache and all the dear parents who are watching us, this particular bridge course is a 6 days course which is originally priced at 499. But since we both are here and we wanted to surprise our students, so this particular course for today is just for rupees 29. Yes, that's unbelievable, and this course, it is available for you, live for you. Now, how you can enroll, please let them know, sir.
Yes, so first of all, ma'am, that's a remarkable gift, I would say, because the best kind of gift that you can give to humanity is the education.
Definitely.
All kinds of gifts are trivial in front of the gift of education. Yes. So at this price point, it's not less than a gift itself, right?
Yes.
Because our aim is that this education reaches to maximum of the student.
Definitely.
We are able to develop that out of the box innovative thinking in every child, and that's what the aim of every parent over here must be, right? So that's what our aim was. Now let's, ma'am, what about if we dive deeper into the features of this course?
Yes, definitely we will go deeper into it. Now, first of all, parents, I would like to tell you that what is the difference between a regular teaching or a conventional teaching and an unconventional teaching, right? So be with us, parents. We will tell you the difference between it. So what do you think is a normal difference between a conventional or unconventional teaching methodology?
Right. So, ma'am, first of all, conventional teaching, we all have gone through that, even including the parents sitting over here.
Yeah.
They were also doing their schooling and they have actually experienced it.
Yes.
And you parents asked yourself, in what way you have actually learned in your school?
Yes.
So the learning was mostly theoretical based, right? You were learning about certain phenomena. You knew the word electricity. You knew certain total internal reflections and words like that.
Yeah.
You would have by hearted their paragraphs, their definition, and you also were asked questions similar based on the theory only, right? Yes. So you used to write the answers in the exam. You could even mug them up. Even we could be honest, all the parents could be honest. We have all mugged up certain answers and written them in the school exams, and we have got the marks for that, and we were really happy and we were praised. But deep down within, we all know that we never profoundly understood those concepts. If those concepts come up in some real life phenomena, we were not aware that this particular thing that I'm seeing in front of me, what rainbow actually, what is the scientific logic behind the formation of rainbow, or the questions that you asked, that why rainbow is curved, why it's not straight. We were not able to apply those concepts and answer these profound questions. So that's what the difference between conventional and non-conventional teaching is. The non-conventional teaching will focus on making you understand concept, not mugging up. You don't want to be just a book which has mugged up the information. You want to be a human being who is able to apply those concepts in real life, right? And that's what every parent also want. The mistake that they have done or what they were regretting during their time, they don't want their child to repeat it. What do you say?
Definitely not, sir. And let me tell you about the unconventional methodology that we follow over here, right? In this amazing booster course that we have for all of you, what we do is not just teach them, but make them understand the subject, the concept in detail. Now, how do we do it? The other day I was watching your session and I saw how beautifully you conducted an experiment to explain one particular concept to the students, right? So you were explaining reflection to them, sir?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Using laser light, he was explaining a concept and I was intrigued to watch that session, right? And not only for physics, but for other subjects as well. For example,
as a matter of fact, ma'am, even I saw your lecture when you were seeing it. So I was seeing that you were explaining reactions and I saw that you had certain beakers and certain chemicals in them. And so one way of learning is, just learning formulas in the book, right? This reacts with that and this is the outcome. But you were actually showing it by mixing it in the beakers. They could see the reaction happening. They could see the color change. And I was highly mesmerized by that. Why I was not able to learn in the similar way. I was actually regretting that.
So I was actually explaining them the double displacement reaction. And that concept actually students study in 10th grade. But to my surprise, I took that particular experiment in grade 7th, and you would not believe that grade 7 student was able to understand the entire thing altogether, and they understood the concept of double displacement just by that single experiment that I conducted in the class.
That's absolutely true.
So these are all the perks that you get when you enroll in the booster course, right?
Absolutely.
We believe in unconventional teaching. By that, we believe that it should not be one way. The student should also be involved in the process with the teacher. Then only they understand, then only they do better in their future.
True, absolutely true. And ma'am, what this methodology actually does is, the problem with most of the students is they are not interested towards learning. And that's the major challenge faced by all the parents over here is they have to force students to study. They don't have to force them to play video game. They don't have to force them, to go out with their friends. They have to force them to study. Now, why we have to force them? Because they are not interested. Then why they are not interested? Because it's pretty boring. I mean, they have, a non-living book, very non-interactive book, which they have to study some paragraphs, some words, they don't understand the meaning. While when they play video game, it's very interactive. You see things moving, all the animations and things like that. So they are, automatic, naturally driven towards that. So what we are doing is, we are making study also in the similar way. We want to make the education in the similar, using animations, the education should become living. It should not remain non-living anymore. And that's what drives their interest. Once the interest is driven for the student, then he starts, working hard on that. What you are actually willing for your student to do, which is work hard, right now he's not able to do. But there, after developing the interest, you won't have to tell him or her that please go and study. They will do it automatically, naturally.
And this we all ensure. We as a teacher, we ensure that students are developing their interest in studies, and that is why we bring these amazing videos, GIFs, animations, as well as live experiments in the classes, which allow the students to have that interest and attending the class. And not only that, sir, after the class, how do we ensure that there is quality learning that we have inculcated in the child?
True. So ma'am, that's really important point that you have brought up. So most of the time students actually sit for the class, they see all the animation, they see all the videos, they understand, but the problem is human memory. You can remember it, let's say for a month, for 2 months, for 6 months, but you have to remember it for your entire life, what you will do, or for 1 year before your exam, what will you do? So you need some precise form of summary some kind of things like pointers which
Mind
can
maps.
actually, yes, which can actually revise everything that you have learned so far, and actually that can be done in a very quick manner. We don't want to study the entire chapter again. We don't have that much time to invest again during our revision. So
Right.
something should be done for that, and that is what the mind maps are there for, and ma'am will tell you the specialty about those mind maps.
Okay, so students, I will tell you, most of you have faced this problem that during the examination, you need to study the entire book all over again. And your parents also ask you to do the same, right? They
Yes.
ask the students to revise everything. Right?
True.
But at that time, what you need is something concised so that you can revise very efficiently. Right? And that is where these mind maps, these short summaries, these tricks play a very important role. And these all the things we are providing you over here in this particular bridge course. Not only teaching you, not only conducting experiments, but after the class, what you are doing, how you're performing is also very, very important. Right? So after the class, each and every student will be provided with summaries, mind maps, and notes as well. With that, they will also be provided with the homework. That is when we
True.
check what
True.
they have learned in the class.
Absolutely. Now here, ma'am, since you mentioned homework, I think most of the parents would also be ready to agree with me. That is, students attempt the homework, they attend the class, they learn everything, they now have mind maps, they can revise the chapter. Now they sit for the homework, they solve certain questions. You have given them 10 questions. 5 they would be able to solve, 7 they would be able to solve, but there'll always be some 2 or 3 such questions where they get stuck.
Yes.
And now they have nowhere to go because teacher has already taken the class. They have no solution. Parents can't help them because they are intentionally very difficult question so that child can think very profoundly to
Yes.
bring the innovative thinking in them. So in that scenario, they have no help to go for, right? So is there some solution for that in this booster course?
Definitely, sir. I would definitely not want my students to be, present in the next class with the same doubt,
Yes,
right?
true.
I would want their doubts to be resolved and resolved in an effective manner.
Right.
Now, for that, we have a dual teacher model here at ODA Class, right? This, we provide our students a dual teacher model where there will be one teacher, for example, me or sir, any subject expert teacher will be there who will be teaching your child. With that, we have personal teacher for each and every student. Now, let's suppose a child is studying late at night and they are having any doubts. So they can talk to the personal teacher anytime. This support is available 24/7 for the child. They can clarify their doubt, they can ask for the extra classes and any other help they require. And that help they get. Now, this is an amazing feature, right, sir?
Absolutely,
I mean,
absolutely.
they are able to connect with the teacher anytime. That is not very practically possible for a regular student who is going to an offline center.
True,
right?
true. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what happens whenever, the doubt arises, now people might say, well, we could get the answer from the internet. But the problem that happens is these questions are very new. And sometimes the problem that you are stuck at, you don't get a precise solution for that.
Yeah.
Also, the solution will not tell you what kind of development you need to do so that you don't get stuck in future.
Right.
Only a teacher who will discuss the solution, point out to the student that, see, this problem is happening in your every question that you are getting stuck at. You are not good at, let's say, calculation. You are making calculation mistake. So then they will give some questions from their end. It's
Yeah.
not just about doubt solving. It's about, removing that problem from the child's brain itself.
Yes,
Whatever
that's
is repeating consistently, either calculation mistake
That's
or some conceptual mistake, that personal teacher will be able to, completely remove that. That's
That
the
is-
best part about it.
Yes, that's the best part. I agree
Yes.
with you completely. Just by answering to one of their question will not help
Yes,
them
yes.
in a longer period of time. But
Yes.
what will help them is letting them understand the concept thoroughly.
Right,
Right.
absolutely.
So that forever it is set in their head. That is very
Yes,
important.
true.
And what do you think about the role of teacher in a child's life, sir? I would want to ask you, why did you decide to become a teacher?
True, true. So that's a very important point. And as I discussed over here, that solution can be given by books, solution can be given by guides. But what a teacher does, it creates a career. And especially if we talk about, ma'am, these foundation grades that we call them, 5 to 10. Why do we call them foundation? Because they are the building base of your entire career.
Yes.
Nothing could be learned just in 1 year or 2 years. It's a journey. That's why the education is not a single day or 1 year business, right? It's for a student. It is something that has to be done all the way from the start, all the way from the childhood, right?
That's true.
That is when you build the concepts. Like, remember how you started counting and how you learn the tables. Do you remember that even now you have to use the tables that you learned in your foundation grades? So that's the importance of these foundation grades. I mean, imagine somebody who is very weak at learning those tables. Now he is in 11th grade, 12th grade, or let's say engineering. And he doesn't even remember those short tricks of mathematics or those reactions that you taught them, or those physics concepts of energies and all those, which are very basic, right? But they're not able to remember them now because their foundation was very weak. So every place they will go, they will have this problem. So that's why foundation becomes really, really important in here. And the role of teacher in that is so important that you can't deny it. Ma'am will going to further elaborate on that.
Yeah. So dear students, listen to this. This is very, very important. Beta, imagine a building, right? You cannot build the entire building if the foundation is not strong. You have to make the foundation very, very strong, beta. Only then you can build the entire building. Yes
true,
or no, sir?
True,
so imagine if I am a student in 11th grade and my basics, what is the reaction is not clear to my head, and how do we add different numbers? What are the different identities? If I don't remember all of that, I will not be able to do well in my 11th grade no matter what. Right? And nobody at that stage will be realizing what you are facing, but you would, right? You would realize that. So beta, the entire point is foundation, making your foundation strong is important, my dear students. And imagine having teachers from the prestigious institutions with a great experience in their hands. They are going to be teaching you. That way, they will teach you in a way that your foundation is crisp, it is very, very strong. So we over here at ODA Class, we do have booster course in which the teachers from IIT, NIT, BIT and other prestigious institutes of the country, they themselves will be teaching you. Right? And we will have special teachers, expert teachers for all the science subjects. Right, sir?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that is a problem that is faced by, again, most of the parents would going to agree here, even the students would going to agree. Most of the time they get a single teacher, for the science. And then the learning could not be profound because we have to, look at that teacher also. He has to teach everything, right? So they can't go. They are bounded by the time. They are bounded by the limitation. They had this. They have to teach so many things. They can't go into the detail. And unless you don't go into the detail, the learning will be similar
Honestly
to what we talked about.
Sir, they don't know the details. We can be very honest over here. If one science teacher, imagine me taking biology classes. Right? I would be having an idea, but I would not be an expert in that.
Yeah, very superficial teaching it would be.
Superficial it will be. So that way, I don't think child will be ready to face the world, to sit for Olympiads, to crack their competitive examinations. Right?
Yeah, that will become, ma'am, the conventional teaching we initially discussed about. Only theoretical learning.
Against that completely.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? So students, what you need to focus on is, great concept clarity with a fun way so that you are also interested, right? So this is the gist of it. What we want them to get is the concept clarity. Their base should be strong. And they should learn in a fun manner. They should learn in a manner that they are also involved in it.
So not only here, we are actually distributing the subjects differently. There will be an expert teacher for every subject, for physics different, for chemistry different, for math different, right? Why we are keeping that? Even for, the language part, which is very important. We'll talk about that later. We would like to focus especially on that language part because that is highly underestimated. But let's first talk about this splitting of science into different experts. Now, even the experts, as ma'am mentioned, they are from prestigious institute. Why they are called prestigious institute? Because the people who reach there, they have out-of-the-box thinking. They are very innovative with their mind, right? Not everybody could make it there. Lot of people apply for it. Like, ma'am, you would be knowing the numbers also. You are surprised.
Definitely.
Like 1.4 million people actually write those exams. And hardly 30,000 students actually make to these prestigious institutes.
And I think the students who are watching us right now are aiming for that.
Absolutely.
Right? Definitely are aiming for that.
Yes.
And I would want to say, sir, that not only in 11th and 12th grade, but also 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. These are some some foundation grades where the parents have to take the initiative and provide the child with what they actually require. Not just getting good marks in the school will take them anywhere. Parents, you need to realize what is important for them for their future as well.
Yes,
right, sir?
absolutely. So when these type of teacher who have actually faced such competition, who have actually gone through rigorous competition and they have cleared it, only they can teach your child from the very start in these foundation grade that how to prepare yourself in these initial stages, so that you are also able to crack those examinations in the future. As you said, most of the students and parents are already aiming that. So for that you need a teacher who has already done that himself or herself, right? And that's what we do at the ODA class. All the teachers which are over here are part of some prestigious college. They have actually done graduation or post-graduation from some prestigious institute only.
Yes. So with that, parents, I would want to tell you what are all the features that you will be getting in this particular bridge course, right? First of all, the pricing point you have to look at, which is just rupees 29. But remember, it is only for today.
Yes.
Second thing is, this course is just for 6 days. Right? This is a 6 days course where your child will be getting 3 maths classes, 3 science classes and 1 special English class. Now, I would want to really talk about English, importance of this English class.
Absolutely, ma'am. So let's talk that. But first of all, again, we would like to remind to the parents that this price drop that we have done is a gift from our side. It will not be there tomorrow. So if you want to, you've already listened so much about what this course has to offer. If you have already understood so many things, you can straight away go right now and, click on the link and go ahead, enroll your child right now, because as we are saying, we don't want many students who are uninterested. Because they are learning from prestigious teachers, right? Who will develop this out of the box thinking in them. So we want very precise, very serious audience. So seats are limited. You can immediately do that right now.
Once you click on the link given in the description, you will be directed to a page where you have to click on Enroll Now button. Once you click on to that, there will be a payment page. So you complete your payment over there and that's it. Then our responsibility, you all will be, and we will be contacting you, telling you, guiding you about everything, how to go about the classes.
Absolutely. So, now, ma'am, we can talk about that very important point that you have brought up, which is about, this languages that we tend to underestimate, especially talking about English. If we talk about that, I mean, I have seen, ma'am, a scenario in my college. I always tell this example to most of the parents, so they become aware. They don't underestimate this, communication part anymore. So what happened in my college? We had some brilliant students. So it was NIT, so obviously they were really brilliant. And they were topper in that branch. Also, they were scoring good CGPAs during that time. And then finally, the placement time came. They actually sat for multiple companies, MNCs were there, prestigious MNCs came to the college. They were good at brain. They were very good with the IQ, but they got rejected. And we were all surprised what went wrong. This guy is so intelligent, he is scoring CGP also, he knows the subject. Problem was their communication. You may know everything, but if you're not able to communicate, let's say you become a team leader, most of the parents here are also working. They must be knowing that when you handle a team, the most important part of that is communicating what you want, right? Making organized team, bringing an organized manner in most of the team members. All those things come from the personality. And the first part of that is the communication. So, ma'am, can you further elaborate how we will going to help in that communication part?
Yes. So, first of all, I would definitely agree with sir. It is very, very important for you to communicate in a good manner, to have a good personality, bache. So, that is very, very important, everyone. And that is why in this particular bridge course, we are providing a special English class where we will be training your child. We will be letting them know and, how they can communicate better. We can focus on their weak areas. We can focus on their communication skill and in a way that they leave this course as a confident person altogether. And that is why we have kept this particular English class over here. Right? And also parents, let's, just summarize everything, like what all things you will be getting in this particular bridge course. Not only teaching math, science and English, but also providing them with the necessary requirements. For example, summaries,
Yes.
mind maps,
Yes.
and 24/7 doubt support they will be
Yes,
getting.
which is actually unmatched. We have never
Yes.
heard of this, two teacher model anywhere.
Never.
So, which is actually amazing part. And as we discussed, the importance of a mentor who will
Yes.
be not only able to solve doubt, but help with removing that problem from the student's mind altogether.
Yes, yes, most definitely, parents. So this is very important for you to realize what all your child needs, है ना? And being teachers, we do realize the requirements of the students, and this
Yes.
is the requirement, parents. They need to have a clear foundation. They
Right.
need to have a concept clarity. They need to have a support with them who can be there 24/7 to guide them and to assist them with whatever requirement that they are having. Now, all of it we are providing all of you for 6 days straight
Yes.
in just ₹29.
Yeah, the most surprising part that I'm seeing is the price point, ma'am. Like
Yeah.
in 29 rupees, what do you get in nowadays, right? Hardly a cold
Nothing.
drink or a chips you will get, right?
Nothing.
In that price, you are getting the gift of education. And as I said,
Yes.
it is a gift will change the life of your child, right? That's the most amazing or precious gift anybody could offer.
Once
So, yes.
they leave this course, sir,
Yeah.
like they will be altogether a different person.
True,
right?
absolutely,
Because
absolutely.
their mentality will change altogether.
Right.
How you study science right now, beta, you take your books, you start studying, and
Yes.
you understand half of the things
True.
you do not understand, right? But what you need is the concept. 100% clarity, bacha.
Right.
Not only 50%,
True.
right? So that is what you will be getting over here.
Yeah, I
But-
mean, there will be a drastic change. Parents will be
Definitely.
able to see in
Definitely.
the attitude of the student itself.
Definitely.
The student who used to run away from the names of studies,
Yes.
now after learning in these innovative ways, where he is seeing what is happening.
Yes.
Most of the things I have seen in the ODA classes video, when teacher is doing some experiment. What some parents actually comment that
Yes.
I regret my teacher should have been
Yes.
explaining me like that, or today I
That
understood the
happens very
concept that I learned in my school
Yes,
days.
yes,
Parents
yes.
even are saying after watching that. So that's
And
the best part.
Yeah, what about the parents-teacher meeting that
Yes,
we conduct, sir?
yes,
Right?
absolutely. I mean that gives an entire idea to the parent what their child is doing. What are the weak points that we need to work upon? What's the strength of your student? What kind of field he or she will be perfect in future? How we can develop some habits, the concept building we can do from right now itself for your future aim, that we are able to tell to the parents in that meeting, right, ma'am?
Well, parents, we can be, very honest, right, over here. Please tell me, like, how many of you actually know what your child is doing when they are leaving the home, right? Are they going to tuition classes? Are they understanding everything? Are they not distracted by their friends who are
Yes.
sitting besides them in their tuition classes, right? And are you actually getting the report how they're actually doing? Nothing,
Yes,
right?
nothing.
Most of the parents do get, report only twice a year, right?
Right.
Term 1 and term 2.
Right.
That's how it happens. But imagine if you are getting your child's report every single day, and your child is not going anywhere, right? He or she is right in front of you, attending the class with full dedication, making notes, and after the class you are getting the report, how he did, how many
Yes.
quizzes
Yes.
he did right, where he faced problems.
True.
All of this, every parent is getting to know every single day. And not only that, sir, our personal teachers contact the parents as well if in case child misses the classes.
Right.
So that is a very important feature. Nowhere in the
Yes.
offline, setup, the parents will be knowing if
True.
child is attending
Attending
or
or
not.
not, and that's actually one of the most major concern of most of the parents
It
here.
is, it
Many a
is.
times parents are working, they are busy with their own office stuff,
Yes.
so they are not having the time, so they are not able to keep a strict watch on their
Definitely,
student,
definitely.
what he or she is doing, whether he or she is getting too much involved in social media, video games and
You
all,
never
right?
know.
A lot of distraction, whether he or she is studying or not, and it's very simple to fool parents in that way, right?
Definitely.
Just say that, yeah, I'm studying, I've completed, just write down the answers, and that's
Yes.
all. Whether you understood or not doesn't matter.
Yes,
And
yes.
school is only telling you all the things at the end of the year. By that time, it's already too late.
Yes.
So in that kind of case, if you are getting this data, this report every day or weekly basis, this becomes a real boost for the parents also to track the progress of the student.
Yes, and it will not take much of a time as
Yes,
well. It
yes.
requires just like maximum 1 or 2 minutes for a parent to
True.
analyze.
Just like watching a WhatsApp message,
Yeah,
right?
that's it. That's how long it is going to take parents, and it is definitely going to enhance your child's learning. Now again parents, this we will tell you once
Yes,
again,
once
because this course will not be available at the same price tomorrow.
True.
Right? This is
And we
only
are
for
having
today.
limited seats as well.
Yes,
because
limited
we are
seats.
we have said very start that we don't want students
No.
who are not interested, because
Yes.
they will going to disturb other students who are
Yes.
serious. So that's why we have kept it very precise number of seats are available. So that's why if you want to enroll, you have to do it today itself. And the price point is also not that much that you could complain. It's nothing, as we said. So what are you waiting for? You can do it straight away.
Yeah, I wish I have gotten this
Yes,
kind of
absolutely.
course in my life ever.
Yes,
I
yes.
would definitely do enroll
Yes.
in this particular course.
True,
So parents,
absolutely.
you can do the same. All you have to do is click onto the link that is given to you just below your screens.
Yes.
Once you click onto that, there will be a page. Just click on enroll now button. Once you do that, there will be a payment page. You have to just complete the payment of ₹29.
Yes,
And
that's done. And this will be a life-changing event in your child's
Definitely.
life.
So
Yes.
everyone, we will be waiting for you, beta. So quickly join, meet us in the booster course.
Yes, absolutely. So that's it, parents, from our end, and we wish you the best, and we wish that you make the right decision for your child.
Chalo, bye-bye everyone. Take
Goodbye.
care.
Goodbye.